I got my miracle. I'm John Jacob Mubarak. I'm with Jeremy. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
And we're at Rythmia right now. And while people are streaming in, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Rythmia. This is our weekly Facebook Live where we talk about what happened this week and a particular miracle. And Jeremy's story was so powerful. I was talking to him throughout the week and then a little bit earlier today. And I just knew that this was a story that I wanted to share with everyone. So what happens at Rythmia? When you come to Rythmia, there's something that calls people here. There's something that people say, I need something. There's a prayer. There's an intention. Like, I want to shift something in my life. I want to improve something in my life. I want to improve my life. And the cool thing is you get here and you see that it's more about self-acceptance than it is about self-improvement. But it was that prayer, that intention that got people here. And then they get here and this week becomes an amazingly transformational week where people see some aspect of themselves that they didn't want to see. They see a blind spot. And that's the blind spot that's been holding them back from the life that they know they deserve, the life that they know they want to live. And so you come to Rythmia and you see that blind spot. And when you see that blind spot, it's like coming back together with your soul. It's merging back together to a state of wholeness. And from that place of wholeness, miraculous healings take place in the body, mental body, spiritual body, emotional body, and physical body. So that's what Rythmia is about. See who you've become, merge with your soul and heal your heart. And when you do that, we call it a miracle. So I want to share with you Jeremy's miracle. So thank you, brother, for being here.
Absolutely. Happy to be here.
Tell me what your prayer was. What was your intention in coming? What called you here?
So there was a couple things. One, my wife had been here about a year ago, and 8 months ago, she had an incredible experience. It was life-changing, and I felt like she wanted me to be here. I've done this medicine before, but I've never been here. And she said, it's a totally different experience. You've got to come here. The facility, the structure, everything. And I actually had a lot of fear around doing it because my last experience was really, really hard and heavy. And I think that's where, feeling that it was safe here, and then also realizing that, fear is kind of holding me back. Usually when fear shows up, I'm right close to a breakthrough. And that's really what my intention was, is to find out what I'm so afraid of and what needs to be healed in me. So, I try to justify it as like, oh, I'm just going for these other people or to support the group. There's 18 people that, total in our group that came from her experience. And
that's amazing. That's like 18 people came to join you guys.
They saw the change in her, and they wanted that for themselves. So it was really, really cool. So I came to find out what I was afraid of and to go to that next level for me.
Can I ask you a little bit? You said the last experience you had was pretty heavy. And was it like a one-night ceremony, or was it a
2-night ceremony? Night one was I started to feel the fear. I only drank 1 cup, and it was almost as if like mentally and subconsciously I like checked out, like, okay, I can't do this. And so night 2, I was like, I've got to do this. And I went, and instead of 1 cup, I drank 5 cups, and I tried to just like force it, tried to rush the transformation.
Right.
And it messed me pretty good. Like it made me really, really scared. I got into a loop that I couldn't get out of. I was on a different dimension, and I had known I was never going to come back. So there was a lot of fear around this, and it was showing me like this fear of being alone. And I didn't, where it kind of left me was like feeling alone. And I didn't process that all the way, which is why my wife was so certain I needed to come here, is because of the structure and the format and all of the support. That really the program itself is what makes this magical, not just the medicine. Totally. And so,
that's like one of the pieces I hear so often is, people who have drank medicine before and come here, and then they hear the workshops that we give to prepare you to go into ceremony. And I frequently hear, if I would have known what you guys teach here before I did my first ceremony, it would have been a totally different experience.
100%.
100%.
So,
and that it was that experience that brought you here,
100%.
right? So we're so grateful for that experience,
Yes.
right? And so the medicine is always working,
Absolutely.
you know?
Yeah.
So you came here, and how did you find Rythmia? Tell everybody kind of about like what your experience is with the resort, with the food, with the amenities, you know, the people.
Exceptional. It's like a 5-star resort for healing. The pool is incredible. The rooms are incredible. The meals are clean and healthy. But from the start, like getting off the airplane to getting a ride here, you know, they pick you up, they bring you here, they check you in, their whole process. As somebody who's, you know, an entrepreneur and business person, I've been amazed at how well run this business is, from the gardeners to the people checking you in, to the health clinic, to the cleanse clinic, to the spa. I mean, it was like 5-star amenities the entire time. Truly, truly impressive. And then you can feel not just like it's a very well-oiled machine and very well-ran business, but it's like done with love. Every single person here you interact with speaks to you like a brother or sister, and truly just welcomes you in like it's their home, and they're proud to have you here. And they all know what you're going through too. Talking to the people in the kitchen and them like relating, like, how are you doing? And I'm like, I can't just say good anymore, because that's not how we do it here.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm really scared for tonight. And they're like, yes, I understand, brother. I understand. And you're going to be okay. And then they follow up with you the next day. It's been incredible to see this entire facility and be a part of it. Cold plunge and steam room. We spent some time in there together.
We've been in the cold hot cycle,
going and integrating the next day. But yeah, it's set up perfectly for someone to have their miracle come through and to feel safe and be a part of something.
You know, some of the things that Jeremy just said that was so cool was the observation of, it's not just a well-run business, right?
Yeah.
But it's done with love.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about the business part, not so much about the business of Rythmia, but, you know, from a businessman, you can observe like the what's going on here.
Yeah.
So that reminds me, like, tell us a little bit about you, like who you are, what do you do, like your background.
Yeah. Born and raised in Utah, one of 5 children. The second oldest, my older sister, is here with me, which has been incredible.
That's
her
awesome.
first experience with medicine, and I wouldn't take anyone new anywhere else now, so that was incredible. And then I got 2 younger sisters and a younger brother. And yeah, I actually had a business for 10 years. I was in the door-to-door sales industry. So we had sales crews. I have 400 employees. We were selling in 20 different states, selling internet, phone, and TV products. Exited that business in 2018. And then I'm kind of in a transitionary stage. In 2019, I exited. I've been doing some consulting and investing since then, and recently acquired 2 different businesses. I've got a metal fabrication company and a digital marketing agency. And then I also have a coaching program. I've got 15 men I coach on business and personal development.
Awesome.
And so kind of a little bit of everything, trying to figure out what I want to do when I grow up.
But and you're inventing these expressions of yourself, right? An
100%.
entrepreneur is like, oh, this is interesting. I'm gonna tinker with this, and, right? So I love that you have this business mind, right? And I think that's so important. We get people from all over, so many different walks of life, right? A little bit about the people in your group, maybe like how you saw them when you came on Monday and how you feel about them today.
Yeah. Well, right now I feel, on Monday, I was grateful that they came and that they trusted us, and a little bit like anxious about hopefully they don't hate us at the end of this, because this is hard work, right? But I've seen people completely transform, trusting themselves, feeling inner peace, overcoming some massive demons. I've got one of my coaching clients here with me. My wife's got 3 or 4 of her clients because she coaches as well. But I can just say I'm extremely proud of them. We went through battle together, and now our relationships are going to be so much tighter, and we've got a community to fall back on when we're feeling alone, or, you know, the new version of ourselves is hitting its next limit.
I love
its next
that
edge. And so, super proud.
I love what you just said. Like, the new version of myself is hitting its next edge, like this growing edge.
Yeah.
Like this, we're constantly expanding.
Mm-hmm.
So your group that you came with, and I'm sure that's the same way you felt about
the entire community.
Like this amazing group of diverse people.
Yeah.
We had a crazy group this week. Not crazy, but crazy diverse.
Different ages, different genders, different religions, different
Colors,
ethnicities,
different, yeah.
different beliefs and career paths, all different statuses. It's really, really cool to see and connect. Honestly, I feel like what the medicine in this community has done is truly make us feel like brothers and sisters and remind us that we are all one. We are all connected, and we're cheering for each other. So it's really cool.
I agree. I agree. This sense of community, this sense of like love.
Yeah.
That we're so restricted with our love, so restricted with ourselves. Like, I don't want to give that, I can't give that. And you come here and it just gets blown open,
Absolutely.
On Monday, everybody's like, these people are weird. I don't know. Maybe I like that person. I don't like that person. And by Saturday, you're like, I love
Guilty.
everybody.
I'm guilty.
Me too.
Yeah.
We all do it. We
just
size
look
it
at
up.
people and
So, okay. So you're at Rythmia and all this, you had this prayer, this intention to like, what am I afraid of? What's holding me back? And then you came. Tell us about your medicine experience and about your miracle. What shifted for you?
Yeah. So first thing is it showed me who I become. And I saw that actually in a couple of the different nights. It really showed me that I am not just experiencing fear. I've been living from a place of fear. I've been running and hiding, and I didn't know what I've been running and hiding from. There different experiences came up and showed me in different ways that like I was worrying about something happening to my kids, but they were just using that as the medicine was using that as a delivery method for me to look at it. But then like it does this quick like plot twist. I was like, oh, by the way, that's you, not your kids, right? I was so afraid that they would have experiences that I had as a kid that had caused me pain. There was some trauma, sexual trauma, and I actually had a night where I was really worried that something was happening to them. And I was like, I need to get out of here. And they're like, no, you don't need to go. This is the medicine showing you what you're afraid of, because of what had happened to you and how you felt. And it showed me that it showed me so much around this fear and the fact that I was hiding and I was running. I wasn't facing things. And then it also showed me as a coach, which is the most fulfilling thing that I do, seeing the impact I'm able to have on other people, that I spend so much energy and time trying to help other people and be strong for them and help them to see their gifts and help them to see how beautiful they are and strong they are and what they're capable of. And my soul was just calling and begging for me to give that to myself, to just love and see myself. And ultimately where it all came to was I spent a lot of time here. I've got this pretty well figured out.
I think all of us can relate to that.
Yeah. I think the West is very, we're really good there. And, but I also know that I have a superpower in my heart, and it showed me and merged me back to this and showing like, you don't need to know here. You need to know here. And, I had to go through a little bit of a journey to see how, when I got disconnected from here was actually before I even came, when I was in the womb, my mom was worried about having a child. And not that she didn't want me, but she wasn't ready for a child. My sister's 18 months older. They weren't in a good financial situation. They were struggling, and she just mentally was not in a great place. And when she found out she was pregnant, she was really upset and worried. And it caused me, I felt at that time that I wasn't wanted. And so I've spent my whole life running from any conflict, any burden, asking for help. I felt like I had to be alone, because if not, I could potentially disrupt this and I wouldn't have love. You wouldn't want me. And so I had to not be a burden. And I was able to completely let that go, and see how, I kept thinking of my mom and how she's got a lot of medical issues, health issues. And I don't think this medicine is something she could even do if she wanted to because of the medical situation. But I saw how she heals is by knowing that I'm okay.
Yes.
And that she raised me, and that I know that she loves me, and that I am loved, and I am worthy of love. So,
man, that is like so beautiful. And it really speaks to, when we talk about this split at Rythmia, that something happens in the womb to age 10, and we tell ourselves a story, right? We're whole and complete when we come in, and you had a feeling that you weren't wanted. And so, well, whoever you were being at that time wasn't enough. It didn't meet your needs to get wanted. So you being you got shoved aside, and then you projected out this, I'm not going to rock the boat. I'm going to give. I got to give.
Make sure nobody else feels this way.
Right.
And hopefully through that I'll feel okay. But I had to turn and give it back.
And the like, I don't want to be a bother. I don't want to cause any trouble, because if I do, I won't get my needs met. So I not only have to not be a bother, but maybe become a coach, maybe do stuff to like give. I have to give to get. I have to go along to get along.
Yep.
And all this going outward, none of it coming in. And you get to this place where you're afraid, right? So the fear, how do you interpret that situation of you not feeling wanted, and not wanting to be a burden? How does that relate to your fear?
I think it's a fear of being alone. I fear being alone, and if I show myself, others will go away, and if they go away, I'll be left alone.
That's it.
Yeah.
Brilliant, man.
Yeah.
That's it, right? So there's something to hide. I can't show myself. I have to protect that. I project out. I got it. I'm cool. Let me help you.
So what I end up living in is alone. I felt alone my entire life. The whole thing I was afraid of having was what I was actually manifesting, because I was so afraid of being alone. I didn't get that.
Man, you did some good work.
Yeah, thank you.
Brilliant, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you saw that. And when we say that, when you see that, that's the next step is to merge with your soul. How can you explain anything about the merger?
Yeah, what I really felt is like, okay, this merger for my soul, I would say, is more of a feeling of like, you are whole, and my soul is whole, and it's fearless, and it's forgiving, and it's loving, and I felt like this voice that just kept saying, I am here. I am here. And what I realized is that was me. I'm here. I've been here all along. And I've even talked about kind of my next tattoo, just so that I see, to be my eyes actually right here. So I'm looking back at myself like, I am here for you. Like, I'm here for me. I don't need anything outside of me. I have everything I need inside of me.
Bam.
Yeah.
Wow. So, I love that you're going to get eyes tattooed there.
Yeah.
Meister Eckhart was a Dominican friar during, like a monk, during the Inquisition, and he's such a cool dude that Eckhart Tolle changed his name to Eckhart in honor of Meister Eckhart.
Wow.
And when you read Meister Eckhart, it's like you were reading Deepak Chopra or something like contemporary.
Yeah.
Like, this wasn't written in the 1400s.
Yeah.
And one of the things he says, and maybe that might be a part of, or you'll think of this when you see your tattoo, is God sees, I see God through the same eyes that God sees me. Like, my eyes are God's eyes. And when you say, I am here, like, one of the biggest things in the Bible is I am. When Moses goes to the burning bush and he goes, who should I tell him sent me? He said, tell him I am sent you. The I am consciousness, the great I am.
Yeah.
So I am here. Ooh, that gives me goosebumps, man.
Even that, when you said it like that, I am, and then here, it's like I'm present in the now. Like,
yes,
I love that.
I want to get eyes tattooed.
Let's do it together.
I know a great place. Wow, it's so cool. Yeah. So you're hearing your soul say, I am here, and you realize, I'm all I need. I got everything I need within me. I mean,
yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, 100%.
That's everything. And so from that place of wholeness, the next step is to heal. Tell me about what you healed.
Yeah. So it was generational. I'm not the first to have felt this way, alone and needing to hide and not being able to be seen. What I had a massive realization around is like, you want to be seen, you need to show yourself. And so I healed a lot of that. What was super powerful was after the medicine, we did breath work yesterday. I can't wait. We got a couple hours, I think, until the next breath work. But in that breath work ceremony, I was able to see I wanted to feel my heart, right? I wanted to feel that gratitude and that love. And I was able to see all of the most beautiful experiences of my life, kneeling at the altar with my wife, to get married, my first child being born and looking me in the eyes. I just remember them handing him to me and him just looking right at me like, I know that voice. Like, I've been talking to him for 9 months, and he just looked me right in the eyes like he knew me. And I was like, I got you. I'm here for you no matter what. Our second child was adopted. And when, you know, when he was born, we were at the hospital, but the birth mother was supposed to sign paperwork to sign her rights over, right, within 3 days, and she didn't, and it ended up being 10 days. It was the most excruciating 10 days of my life, worrying that this isn't going to happen. And I just remember when she signed the paperwork, and I was able to hold him for the first time after that, and just know like he was mine. He was going to be in my family, and I was going to take care of him. Just the most beautiful experiences in breathwork, and I just sobbed and felt all of the gratitude and all of the love. It felt like all of the dust and all of the rubbish that had like piled up on my heart had been cleared away and completely healed that. I don't feel like my heart was broken. I feel like it was just covered up. And it got uncovered.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's a Buddhist saying, oh, wow, we got all these comments. I'll check the comments in a minute. People are talking, hey, everybody. There's a Buddhist saying that we're all struggling to become more of what we already are. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, that's kind of messed up. Like, how do I become more of what I already am? Yeah. And it's by becoming less of what we're not. All that stuff that wasn't you, that was glommed onto your heart, onto your soul, the fear, the doubt, the worry, the I'm not enough, I'm alone, I'm all that stuff that wasn't the truth of who you are.
100%.
And you just said it so beautifully, man. Like, I just got all that stuff off. And now what's left is the authentic me.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. The next thing that we talk about, once you've seen who you've become, merge with your soul and heal your heart, is a question of what would you have me do? What would you have me be? Kind of like, what's my assignment now? Do you have any sense of, I mean, you've got businesses, you're a father, you're a husband, you're a brother, you're a son, what's bubbling up for you? What's next for you?
It's about being. There was all sorts of different experiences where I was like, okay, you go do this, you go talk to this person, you go have this conversation, you proclaim this. And I saw that like, that's all powerful, but it's really from this place of being true to who I am, truly showing my heart, truly showing you can't maybe tell from here, but I'm a tall, bigger guy. And, but I'm a gentle, like genuine, loving, vulnerable man. And I think I fought that along my life. Like, I'm supposed to be a certain way to be a man.
Right.
And I had these ideas of what it looked like to be a man. And I feel like I get to truly show and radiate that by just being my honest self, and speaking my truth was a huge one. And so I feel like I will, I'll draw the line, I'll post my flag where I need to stand up for whatever I believe in. And then I'll also, share my heart with anyone that I come in contact with. So that's honestly the mission going forward.
And that is a direct effect of releasing that fear, because it was like, I can't express who I really am, because if I do, they'll go away. But I felt alone all the time. It's like that strange.
But I'm here, so.
But I am here.
Anyone can go away. I don't believe that they will, but if anyone goes away, I'm here. So it's okay.
Oh, brother, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to share? Anything else you want to say?
I mean, I will always be an advocate for this place. It's, I questioned my wife. I challenged her. She's like, you just wait. You just wait. I was like, I don't need to go all the way to Costa Rica. I don't need to spend all of this money and take an entire week to do this. And I did. I crapped on it a little bit, but she's like, you just wait. And I was like, you just can't wait for the I told you so, right? She got it. She's like, I didn't need that. I just knew it was going to come.
But it feels real good.
I told you so. I'm sure it'll come back in a later argument of like, remember that time I told you? Yeah, I'm right this time too. But I truly, I will advocate for this place forever. To take the time, to give yourself that time, to trust the process, there were multiple days throughout the week where I was like, I'm not going to get my miracle. I'm unique. I'm not the one. Like, this never works for me. Everyone else in here is, special or chosen or whatever it is, or they're more in touch or they're smarter or whatever the stories are. It's just not good enough. And I can tell you that if anyone has those feelings or those experiences, just trust the process. Show up. That's the hardest step. Open the door and come. And JJ's got you. There was not a class that I did not enjoy. Your energy, your jokes, your content, your heart, your spirit, your prayers. It was absolutely inspiring from start to finish. So if there's ever anything you need, I'm here.
Oh, brother,
thank
you.
Definitely believe in you and support you. So
Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you for, when I was talking to Jeremy, it's like, there's so many great stories, so many great people this week, right? And I was like, who am I going to pick?
Yeah.
And I was talking to people and all the stories were good, but nothing quite landed. And then when I was talking to you, it was like, click. I was like, okay, this is the one. And you just shared so beautifully. Thank you for sharing yourself authentically.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for the opportunity.
My pleasure. Thank you all so much. I guess I should say hi to some folks that are just a lot of hello, bravo. Jillian says, I'm crying. I've been in the dark night of the soul, and I feel exactly like that. I'm dusting off the fear of my heart, brother. Man, thank you, Jillian's. We're here for you, and I thank you all so much for joining us today. We'll see you next week for I Got My Miracle. All right, peace and richest blessings. Ciao.